Hello, Randy here again, and we're playing Farming Simulator 15 on Chellington Extended on the RDAllen multiplayer server. Just myself on again at the moment. And working on harvesting some wheat here. Got the Claas Lexion 600 TerraTrack. And let's see, I guess I gotta be in the combine for it to automatically output. Okay, I'm gonna have to push the button. Okay, well that works too. This combine does have some pretty cool features. Just like the 580, it has the the load percentage on it there. And then you do have to push the button for it to start unloading sometimes as well. Note I said sometimes, because I noticed with this grain cart here, typically it will automatically unload. You know what, I wonder if I had the combine on, maybe it would have. Yeah, like I said, typically it will automatically unload with the grain cart there. But interestingly enough, say if I go over to the truck that's over here, it will not automatically unload. Oh, we're getting a little bit 70 yellow exclamation point there. I never overloaded this combine yet, so I'm not sure what happens when you do. I'm kind of curious to know what it takes to overload this combine, because I kind of like to see it happen. But like I said, I've not managed to get that to happen yet. Anyway, folks, if everything works out right, hopefully this will be... I'm not going to say this is a good thing, but hopefully this will be the last episode on this map. I'm going to try and get the server upgraded here to the next map. So hopefully this will be the last episode. Again, like I said, not necessarily maybe a good thing, because this is a pretty good map, I'll have to say. But definitely looking forward to another map here, as I'm sure some other people are as well, because, like I said, it's been a little bit dead on here recently. Still a few people playing on it yet, but it's definitely not as busy as it first was. As I was talking with somebody else about that, we were playing on the server here, I think it was last night, and it's like, wow, this server really went fast here on this map. And you know, I figured probably the silage had a lot to do with it. We really hit the silage hard at first, and that really upgraded our equipment fast. We got everything we needed fast, even though we started with like classic equipment, old classic, you know, the small planter, small cultivator, small harvester. We still, because of the silage, we really went up fast as far as vehicles and implements and combines and tractors went. Yeah, to the point where we pretty much have everything we need at this point. So as you can see, I've been setting you at it. Well, actually, I spent a little bit of money here last night. I bought a tanker for the cows to haul water with. But so far, I've been sitting at $1 million pretty much for like the last couple of weeks. Don't know what to spend it on, really. So, you know, part of the problem with this map is it's kind of small. I mean, it's a big map, but the roads and stuff are small. So it's like, we really have to be careful and think about what you buy. You can't just go and buy like a whole bunch of big combines, because you might not be able to get them down the road. Or you can get them down the road, it just takes a little bit more work. Wow, is it just me, or does that header come up like really high? Yeah, I don't remember combine headers coming up that high. I mean, it's almost like level with the top of the windshield, it looked like. Oh boy, we're almost full, 95%. Okay, let's see if this is in the tab group, at least reasonably close anyway. Not that one. So, like at the bottom of group 2. That does a lot of good. Anyway, as far as the next map is concerned, I plan on sticking with all the mods we currently have. Going to add a couple more mods, take out a couple, but for the most part, we're going to have a lot of the same mods. That should make the changeover a little bit quicker and maybe a little bit easier on you folks as well. That's not going to automatically unload again, is it? I'm curious if I turn it on. No, that doesn't make sense because it can't automatically turn it on. Okay, why can I not get rid of the mouse? Is there IC on this combine? Doesn't appear to be. Oh well, you folks can probably see that, my mouse there. I don't know what I did here to mess that up. That's kind of weird. Now how am I going to fix that? Nope, that does not fix it. Okay. There, that fixes it. Okay. I'm sure you folks probably couldn't see that, but I tabbed out of the game there. As far as I know, OBS just keeps recording the game. I wonder if this, because I had this problem last night as well. I was on the server. The Ozonator, I believe is how you say his name, from Australia. Yes, we got somebody from Australia playing on the server. I'm actually somewhat surprised it's playable for him. He says it's not great, but it works for him, so that's good. But yes, I was playing on the server there last night. That's like, crap, my mouse went, took a crap on me. It wasn't doing nothing. I couldn't do nothing in the game. So yeah, I tabbed out. You know, mouse was working fine on the desktop. You know, did everything it needed to do, but go back in the game, it wouldn't do anything. Couldn't click on any buttons, you know, couldn't look around, couldn't do nothing. So yeah, I had to quit, reload the game, then it worked fine. So I'm wondering if this combine had something to do with it now. Definitely weird how it's acting with a mouse. Anyway. Oh, I seen a red bar there, 90, oh yeah. Oh, I seen 100% there. Like I said, I'm curious what happens when that actually reaches 100%. That's actually the highest I've ever seen it. I started harvesting this field, I think, mostly sat in about the 70, 75 percentile, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's about the highest I've seen. But like I said before, this is where I would like to see them take the speed limiter off and pretty much let the person go as fast as they want to go. And if they plug it up, well, then they're screwed. Oh, we are reaching 100%. I've been told it plugs up, which, like I said, I kind of want to see happen, but so far has not happened yet. I don't know if just if it reaches 100%, it just kind of wastes the crops or what happens. Don't know if you folks can see that or not, but there actually is a fill percentage on that little monitor down there. Along with, looks like an RPM, ground speed. And there's one more number on there too. I'm not sure what that number is for. Anyway, folks, as far as the next map goes, I think I mentioned this already. Looking at doing Central California. Now, for those of you playing on the multiplayer server with me, you'll know I've already mentioned there is the possibility of there being a slight problem with that map, which did not occur to me. And the max mod uploadable size on the server is 750 megabytes. Now, you folks that have the Central California map probably know what the problem is already. For those of you who have Central California, the Central California map is 1.5 gigabytes. That is, like, by far, I'm going to say almost triple the size of any other map I've ever seen. Even Pleasant Valley, I don't think was that big. Pleasant Valley was maybe, I'd like to say it was around 500. It might have been bigger than that, but even Pleasant Valley wasn't that big, so. Okay, we gotta go empty this here a moment. So yes, there might be a slight problem with the Central California map here on the server because it exceeds the maximum allowable size for a mod on the server. I'm hoping I can get around that by uploading it through the Very Games console rather than the Farming Sim console, but if not, Central California is going to crash and burn right there because of that. So we'll have to go with a different map, which I'll worry about that when that happens. So. Okay, read a couple comments here. Eddie was asking, is that manure transporter a mod? Yes, it is. In fact, we have it on the server here as well. And by manure, I'm assuming he means slurry. From the Universal pack. Comes with these tankers here, and then the truck works quite nice for hauling universal liquids. So milk, water, slurry. I think that's like the 3 liquids. Oh, it hauls fuel and fertilizer as well, I guess. Okay. So slurry, water, milk, fertilizer, and fuel. So like the 5 universal fluids in Farming Simulator. And then there is the kind of goes with it. Let's see, the transport vehicle pack here. And you got kind of the trucks. It's kind of like 2 nice packs there. Basically got a set for hauling dry stuff and a set for hauling liquid. Austin was asking, have I ever played on the Westbridge Hills Forest Edition? I have not. I have seen that map. You know, kind of looked at it, just didn't really pique my interest, I guess you could say. Mind you, I do like the Westbridge Hills map. It's just the Forest version didn't really seem all that exciting to me, so. He did suggest that might be a good map to check out for the multiplayer server. Which, speaking of forestry, we have considered maybe doing another forestry map here again. Probably won't be the next one, but maybe in the future here, doing another heavily forestry-related map. So we'll have to see once about that. Delcom was saying, I honestly think it's your version of Courseplay you're using that's giving you all the trouble. He says newer is not always better. And says he's having little to no trouble with the version he's using. I believe he is using the release version, I'm thinking anyway. I think he mentioned that somewhere, what version he was using, and that was the released version. Whereas I'm using a released developer version, I guess you could say. And there is a reason for that, and I'm trying to remember what the reason I'm using the developer version again for, but I don't remember. I think it's because there's a feature that I wanted, if I remember correctly. But yeah, maybe just for the fun of it, I'll have to try that, go back to the released version. I'm pretty sure I had the same problem with the released version as well. If you folks recall back on Bjornholm. No, not Bjornholm. OGF Bayern. That's what it was. OGF Bayern. Having some of the same troubles on that map, and I believe that was the released version there, so... Farming Sim 16 comments here. Owen was saying, what do you use to record with? I use OBS to record with, and yes, that does include OBS for recording Farming Sim 16 as well. What I do is I AirPlay from my iPad to my computer and then use OBS. So there's no recording software or anything on the tablet. All the recording still happens on my computer, and I still use OBS. It's just I AirPlay to the computer, and then OBS captures that. So Owen was also saying, I think there needs to be a bigger sower in Farming Sim 16. Says he plays it and finds himself complaining about the size of the sower. I have to agree with him on that one. It'd be nice if there was a larger sower in Farming Simulator 16. There's what, I think is it a 12-meter cultivator? And the biggest sowing machine is what, 6 meters? So it's like, seems a little bit of a disconnect there as far as size goes. Bill was saying, on my computer refilling with water there, I think you mean 99.9% silver, not copper. Yes, apparently I must have misspoke there. I did not realize that. He says I said copper instead of silver. Yes. What I have in my computer for keeping the water clean is 99.9, I think it's 99.99% silver, if I remember correctly. Or is it 99.999%? Something like that. It's basically, we'll just say pure silver. Not copper. It is silver. Silver is supposed to have the antimicrobial something. I don't quite understand 100%, but it's basically supposed to kill the crap in the water. That's basically all it is. So rather than using the official liquid cooling coolant, I simply just use distilled water and a silver coil. In my opinion, so far, seems to work much better than that coolant does. Like I mentioned in that video, I was overly underimpressed with the coolant. For one, it stained and made all my lines and tank look dirty and grimy. Even if I changed it out once a year, which I think was the recommended, you're supposed to change it out once a year, the coolant. Even though I did that, it still just, yeah, it did not seem to work out in my opinion. Just made the tank grimy, the hoses all look discolored and nasty looking. And yeah, so far I've just been running distilled water with a silver coil. And like I mentioned in the video, the two newer lines I put in still look nice and clean yet. Yeah, field 15 is a deceptively large field. Looks kind of small if you look on the map, but when you get down here, it's actually quite large. We're probably not even halfway done yet. Getting to the wider part of the field here, so. Train Saw was saying first comment. Wreckmaster also says first. We might have a conflict here. First and first. Ford 7000 man was saying, great video. Remember I told you my Homer harvester would not work. You said try an in-game map. I did, and it worked. So, not sure what was wrong with, I'm not sure what map he was using. I don't think he mentioned, but, or maybe he did in a previous comment. Not sure what was wrong, but he said an in-game map worked for the Homer. Speaking of the Homer DLC, someone did leave a comment and say the Homer DLC has been updated. I have installed that update. I'm not sure what changed. I don't remember seeing a change log, so... Oh yes, next comment here. Jeremy says there's an update for the Homer DLC. So, yep, for those you're wondering. Thomas asking, where do you find the courseplay you have in the game? You find that off of GitHub. I think I have a link to it in my mod list as well. But if you just search GitHub for courseplay, it should come up. And you can download the latest, greatest developer version. It's usually updated like every couple of days, so... I believe it's Mark is the name, was saying, I now have the DLC. Cool. I'm assuming by DLC means the Homer DLC. Okay, looks like that's pretty much all the comments for the moment. Oh, and we're full again. Definitely seems like we're filling up pretty quickly here. And yes, this is fertilized, by the way. I can actually see it fertilized, so... I don't know why, but it seems like this map I'm really having a hard time seeing if it's fertilized or not. But this field I can actually see quite clearly it is fertilized. I think maybe it's just a little bit darker soil texture, I think, does it. Makes it harder to see if it actually is fertilized or not. Oh, interesting. I don't know if folks can see that or not, but the texture there isn't quite tight to the trailer. Actually, a pretty good gap there. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I can get a better view than what I have right now, so... Interesting. Don't recall noticing that before. Anyway, I just thought of a question here for you folks. With the next map, I'm not sure at this point what it's going to be, if it's going to be Central California or a different map. I'm hoping for Central California. Like I said, there is a problem though. We have exceeded the maximum allowable mod size with that map. But we'll find out if it works or not. Whatever map it is, do you folks want to start with classic equipment again, or should we start with like basic equipment? I'll try to put a poll up in the right-hand corner again. You folks can click on that and vote. Should we start classic or should we just start basic? And by basic, I mean, you know, like the... I don't know if we quite want to start with that one. Maybe we will. The sample or the New Holland. That's what I mean by basic equipment. Or should we start with... I don't know if I have it on here. That's like really classic there. I guess I don't have it active at the moment, but like the Neva Combine and all these little tractors and harvesters and stuff again. Let me know what you folks think, or vote what you folks think. Should we start classic again, or should we start with, you know, just the basic equipment? And yes, I'm sure, you know, the classic equipment will slow us down a little bit, but considering how fastly, I don't think that's a word, how fast we upgraded on this map, I don't think it'll affect us too much. Like I said, the silage really put us out in front really quick, so... Anyway, folks, I think we'll wrap up the episode here. Maybe a couple minutes shorter than what I normally do, but I'm just going to be going up and down the field anyway. So if folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.